Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Monday, November 9th, 2020. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Here's a look at the daily time frame of the ES. One thing you'll notice here is the ES is up big, over 4% right now, a range of 161% of average range, and that includes the high range market that we've seen. So the market has been in a high range state of volatility, and today pushes well beyond it, even though the volatility has already been high, 161%, and this is due to Pfizer's announcement that the coronavirus, the COVID-19 vaccine, is 90% effective in preventing COVID-19. So right now, big day up for the market here. The ES is up big, gold down big, crude oil up big. So we'll look at these right now. Again, the idea is to see if this early gain is going to be held throughout the day, and obviously hard not to see that happening. It's above 3600 now, above the key range high of 3587. That's going to be the key level right there. Can price stay above 3600, above 3587 here? Can it build out acceptance above these highs and create an LVN between 3580 and 3600? If so, then we could be looking at much more strength ahead. We could be breaking through the top of this key range with upside targets ahead. So again, very, very important to hold above 3600, 3580 here and build acceptance. Any failure to hold above that zone by the end of the day could be seen as a massive rejection after the spike up. Are we going to see a buy the rumor, sell the news, or is this genuinely going to see a transition phase through the upside and continue higher through 3600 and beyond? So again, are we going to see some sort of acceptance up here? If so, we could be looking at further sideways to up movement the rest of the session. Any failure to hold 3600 could be an early indication of weakness ahead. All right, let's take a look here at the NQ. The NQ not seeing quite the amount of strength as the ES or the YM or even crude oil. Instead, the NQ is off the lows of the session here, the pre-market. We saw a sharp reversal off those highs, 12,400. We're now trading just around the FOMC key level from Thursday's market, 12,059.75, and we have a long-legged doji that's developing. Again, this is going to be one of those markets where we have to see how the market finishes the day after early action here. One thing we do see is the fact that price is sitting up here near resistance. This is where price has turned down. This is the previous month's high, and currently we've seen price starting to reject above those highs. Again, the NQ looks a bit different than the ES, than the YM. Those are on highs and continuing higher. Will the NQ catch up and start to continue higher as well? It really needs to continue to stay above 12K. If it starts to falter below 12K, this thing could end up turning back down toward 11,500 and perhaps even below. So again, are we going to see a transition to the upside, or are we going to begin to see a fade at the upper end of this range that could lead price back down within the range? We've got to continue to watch this zone and see how it plays out heading into the rest of the session. All right, let's take a look now at crude oil. Crude oil is up over 10% right now, a range of 220% of average. A huge move that we've seen here in pre-market trading, and price has returned not only back to the $40 level that we were looking at before, but also higher into the FOMC key level from July, which is 41.26. So a big sprint to the upside here, a huge day. And before, we had this significant rejection here at the key range low, at the previous month's low, bullish outside day. We were looking for a continuation up. Any pullback, we were looking for bulls to defend for a continuation into 40 and perhaps into the 41.50 to 42 zone. We've now seen that come to fruition now with a huge push here over the last couple of days. Again, this market has not really been able to find acceptance above 41.50. If you look at that 41.26 where this FOMC key level is, there's tails above it, tails above it, tails above it, tails above it. It just cannot find acceptance, and right now we're seeing a tail develop above it. So is the range in for the day? If price is not going to be able to find acceptance beyond that 41.26, the range may be in, and we could be looking at best at a range-bound market at highs, and at worst we could be fading back down toward 40 or even as low as 39.30. So again, we could be looking at the range being in for the day, especially above 41.26. We just haven't seen strength above that zone. If the range is in, look for a bit of a rotation back down into the range. All right, let's take a look here at gold futures now. Gold futures is down 3% exactly right here, a range of 270% of average. And again, on that news, the COVID-19 90% effective drug there, we saw a major rally in the ES, a major rally in crude oil, in the YM, and even across the energy complex here with RB up 9%, heating oil up 8 point something percent. Huge moves, but gold getting crushed. Gold completely getting crushed. Bearish outside day, failure to hold the breakout point of 1915, 1920, and instead has fallen back into the range. That's significant how this breakout now has faltered here. We are back inside the range where there's been lots of chop, and now we could just continue to see this chop until proven otherwise. Again, we are stuck inside this range until proven otherwise. It attempted to get the breakout, and on this news, gold getting crushed right here. So again, back inside the range and likely to remain range bound between 1850 and 1960 until proven otherwise. All right, that is it for now. We'll see how this plays out heading into the rest of the session. Good luck, trade well, and I'll see you in the trader room. Take care.